and welcome to Santa Barbara County's Guide to Completing the SAR 7 report created just for you, our CalFresh and CalWorks customers. The SAR 7 report must be completed to maintain eligibility to CalFresh and/or CalWorks. It is your chance to tell us about any changes that have occurred in your household since your last report and update your income to make sure you are receiving all of the benefits you're entitled to. In order to continue receiving benefits, you must complete our SAR 7 report 6 months after your application or recertification. You will complete one every year as long as your case is active. Some elderly and/or disabled households may have a different reporting schedule. Please consult with your eligibility worker if you have any questions. You will receive a SAR 7 report in the mail, usually mailed out between the 22nd and the 27th of the report month. In order for the SAR 7 report to be considered complete, you must make sure that all of the yes/no questions are answered, all of the information is filled in, all of the proof is attached, all of the required signatures are on the form, and it is dated. Let's go over the report in detail together. At the top of the SAR 7 report, you will find some key information. Here on the top right-hand corner, you will find the report month field pre-populated with the month you are supposed to provide information for. So if you have income, then we want you to verify all of the income that you have received in that report month. Next, you'll see a section that has pre-populated dates for what's known as the submit month and some instructions. Think of the submit month as the month the SAR 7 report is due, and the report month as the month we want you to tell us about and provide verifications for. The submit month will always be the month immediately after the report month. This section tells us two things. First, it says that you should complete and sign the form after the first day of the submit month. This means that you should wait until the submit month to start completing this form so that you can accurately report all of the changes that occurred in the report month. The second thing this section tells you is to return this form, completed, signed, and with verifications, back to the county by the 5th day of the submit month. This will ensure that you receive your benefits timely for the following month. Failure to provide by the 5th day of the submit month could result in a delay of benefits for future months. Let's take a look at the example. On this SAR 7 report, the client is required to tell us about the income received in August and provide us verification of all income received in the month of August. The client should complete and cite the form on or after September 1st and turn it in, with verifications by September 5th. Next, you will see a section that asks you if you would like to stop receiving services. Only check these boxes if you would like to stop receiving CalWorks, Medi-Cal, or CalFresh benefits. Question number 1 asks, has anyone moved into or out of your home, including newborns, or did you move in with someone else since you last reported? If there has been a change in your household, mark yes in this section. Changes include anyone who passes away, anyone who is temporarily absent from the home, or someone who entered or left an institution such as a hospital or jail. If you answer yes, complete the section below and tell us the name and date of birth of the person who moved in or out of the home, when the change happened, their relationship to you, and whether or not you regularly purchase and prepare food with them. Question number 2 asks, has there been any changes in your address since you last reported? If you have moved, mark yes, and tell us your new address, your mailing address if it is different from your home address, and when you moved. If you marked yes to question number 2, then tell us about your living expenses in question number 3. Tell us how much your rent or mortgage is at your new address and indicate any utilities that you pay for are separate from the rent. If your living expenses have increased, you may be entitled to more CalFresh benefits. Question number 4 is for CalWorks recipients only, so if your household does not receive cash aid through the CalWorks program, then you don't have to complete this question. If you do receive CalWorks, then please let us know if you or anyone in your household are A, running from an outstanding warrant, or B, found by a court to be in violation of probation or parole. If yes, provide details regarding the individual and the issue. Question number 5 is for households that have a member that is 60 years old or older and or disabled. If there has been an increase in your out-of-pocket medical costs, or if you have new out-of-pocket medical costs, please report them in the space provided. Question number 6 asks if there's a change in the amount of child support any household member has to pay. If a household member continues to pay the same amount or no household member is paying any child support, then select no. If a household member is paying child support for a child living outside of the home and the amount they're paying has increased or decreased since it was last reported, mark yes. Provide details and attach proof that reflect the change in the amount of court-ordered child support paid out. Question number 7 is the same, but for dependent care or child care. If you don't pay for dependent care or you pay the same amount as previously reported, then move on to question number 8. If there has been a change in the amount of dependent care you pay, then indicate specifically how much you paid in the report month, which is noted in the top right-hand corner of the SAR 7 report. Indicate who pays and for which dependent this is for. Make sure you attach proof of the change in dependent care. Question number 8 asks if you or anyone in the household bought, sold, gave away, or received any property. Property includes land, homes, cars, bank accounts, gifts, loans, and money payments such as lottery or casino winnings, tax refunds, or retroactive Social Security payments. If so, mark yes and tell us about the change in property by completing the section below in its entirety. Make sure you check the appropriate box indicating whether the property was bought, sold, or given away, and provide proof of the change in property. Question number 9 asks if anyone in the home received employment income in the report month. Remember, the report month is on the front side of the report on the upper right-hand corner. Next, check the box that indicates how often they are paid. In the following section, enter the total gross income amount received in the report month and the dates the income was received. It is important to note that we only need income received in the report month. Lastly, enter the hours worked per month and remember to provide verification of your income. Verification can be pay stubs, a payroll printout, or anything that shows the gross income received and pay dates. Things such as bank accounts showing direct deposits will not be accepted because they only show net earnings or take-home pay earnings. Also, remember that we only need verification of income received in the report month, regardless of when hours were worked. For example, here we have a SAR 7 with a report month of April. We can see on this pay stub that the client worked the hours in April but didn't get a paycheck until the month of May. In this case, the client would not need to provide a copy of this pay stub with their SAR 7 report because the pay stub was not received in the report month, which is April. Here we have another example. The pay stub shows that the client worked their hours in the month of March, which is not the report month, but they received the pay stub in April, which does fall in the report month. In this situation, the client should provide the copy of this pay stub and submit it with their SAR 7. Remember, we need all the pay stubs received in the report month regardless of when the hours were worked. Make sure you enter the employment income of all household members, including yourself, your significant other, your children, or any other adult included in your household. Question 10 asks if you anticipate any changes in your employment income in the next 6 months, such as starting a new job, getting a raise, a dip in hours, or maybe a promotion. If you do anticipate any of these types of changes, then mark yes, and let us know about the change in the space provided. Remember to attach proof of the anticipated change. Question number 11 asks if anyone in your household gets money from sources other than employment, such as Social Security, unemployment, veterans benefits, state disability, child support, or workers' compensation, just to name a few. If you do receive any other income, mark yes, and fill in the details. You will need to provide proof of the income. If you were previously receiving income from any of these or other sources and you are no longer receiving them, then you will need to provide proof that you are no longer receiving this income. If you do not receive income from these or other sources, then mark no and move on to the next question. Question number 12 asks if you anticipate any changes to any income reported in question number 11 over the next 6 months. Changes can include an increase or a decrease to the amount received, or that you will start or stop receiving income or benefits. If you do anticipate these changes, mark yes and tell us about the change and attach proof. If you don't anticipate a change, mark no and move on to the next question. Question number 13 is for CalWORKs recipients only, and it asks specifically if any of these or other changes have occurred in your household. Please review the list carefully. If none of these apply, mark no. Otherwise, mark yes and check all the boxes that apply. If yes, don't forget to attach proof. Please read the next few sections as they are important. This section certifies that you understand that by signing this form, you are answering under penalty of perjury that all of the information on this form is true and correct. The next section is a fraud warning, making sure you understand if you purposely do not report information or give incorrect information regarding your income, property, or family composition to get benefits, then you could be legally prosecuted, and depending on the amount, that could even warrant a felony charge. There's a notice here that reminds you to sign and date after the last date of the report month, which is indicated on the right-hand corner of the front side of this page. Remember that this report is meant to capture everything that has happened in the report month. For CalFresh, only one signature is required. It should be the head of household, another responsible adult, or an authorized representative if one exists on the case. For CalWORKs, the initial applicant and the aided spouse, registered domestic partner, or other parent of the CalWORKs aided children, if they are living in the home, should sign the form. So typically, both parents would sign this form. Also, remember to enter your phone number here to make sure we have the most up-to-date information. And that's it, you're done. Well, almost. I'd advise you to review your report at this point and make sure that all of the yes/no questions are answered, all of the information is filled in, all of the proof is attached, all of the required signatures are on the SAR 7, and you must make sure that the report is dated. In the same envelope that you received your SAR 7 report, you will also find a self-addressed and prepaid envelope that you can use to submit your SAR 7 report and all the verifications by mail. Remember to submit it by the 5th day of the submit month to avoid any potential delays in your benefits. Alternatively, you could fax the form to area code 805-287-3892 or drop it off in person at an orange drop box at one of our district offices. Or for those of you that would prefer, you can complete the SAR 7 report digitally on our Benefits Cal website directly from the comfort of your home via your computer or smartphone by visiting benefitscal.com. Thank you for watching. We hope this video has made the process of completing your SAR 7 report a little easier for you. If you have any questions, please call us anytime at 844-289-4682.